Hello guys, today I want to show you how to migrate Rundeck H2 database to MySql. We have Rundeck environment version 2.11. This is an old version, and we have here under Migrate Rundeck data we have a flat file. This is a database file, but this database file is in H2 format. So I will just show you where is located this file. Yes, this configuration is a H2 database file. This is not recommended for production use, but you can of course use it for testing and developing some things. If you check Rundeck's official documentation, you will see that this kind of database implementation may cause, in case of unexpected stop of your application, may cause some data corruption, and you have the possibility to lose your application, lost the connection, lost the newly created jobs, etc. So I need to change something on my server because my IP address got changed. Let's fix it. Okay. So yeah, let's check my application, my Rundeck, in this with this database. By the way, I will add also under this video my environment and a link to Rundeck's official web page. You can find all this information under administration guide of Rundeck documentation. Let's first of all restart Rundeck service because we changed the IP address. Yeah. Now in few moments it will be we will have the connection with the website. By the way, what we gonna install is MariaDB server. If you will use MySql version 8, I don't recommend it because you will get some errors about connector drivers. So the best solution is to use MySql version 5.x. Let's check the MariaDB server in our repositories. Yeah. And let's check the information about this package, because I want to be sure about the version. As you see here, this is version 5.5. So it seems okay. Before doing this migration step, you should export your project. We will see in this part what we can do with our existing project in order to keep all our jobs and data. Yeah, here you see I have some jobs defined here. System configuration, I have some keys, and passwords. Those will remain as same after migration because those are saved in a local file under a local file system. But you should do, if you want to keep your existing playbooks or jobs, you should select your project and go under project export archive. I already done it, but you should do this step for all your projects here. You select all, you click on export archive. It's preparing all configuration, and then you download it simply. I have everything in this folder. We will see what happened after the migration. So yes, basically when I entered in this job, I see I have an Nginx install task. Here, let's check the details. This is an Ansible playbook, and I have in password test job, I have another ad hoc command which is just executing hostname f command in Linux. So let's start with the installation of MariaDB server. Once we install this server, we will run it and we will configure a Rundeck user, because we will connect our database with this special Rundeck user. So my installation is done. Let's start MariaDB service, and then we will create a new user and create a database. The service is started now. I'm typing MySql secure installation, enter your current password. I don't have any root password configured for the database. I want to set a new password. Let's say Rundeck password. I'm retyping my password. Remove anonymous user, allow root login, yes. Remove test database, yes. Reward publishable, yes. And it's okay. Now to connect our database, I'm typing my root password here, and I can show, I can list databases, my database. So it's okay. Okay. For now, I will create a new database, which will be named as Rundeck, and I will create a user and grant all privileges on Rundeck. To the user, I'm creating Rundeck user on localhost identified by Rundeck password. So this is my password, Rundeck password. this is Rundeck user's password, and this is Rundeck user, which is a new user. Of course, I did a mistake here. Rundeck all to Rundeck user. I'm checking the error. I'm trying to understand. Oh yeah, this is a string error, syntax error, sorry. Rundeck users at localhost. Yeah, this is okay now. I can maybe try to connect with this user to my database. Rundeck user, Rundeck password, yes. So I'm connected to my database, and I see Rundeck database. Use Rundeck by typing use Rundeck command. I'm switching to Rundeck database, and show tables. There is no table. So this is completely normal, because when we will modify our Rundeck configuration file, Rundeck database will be automatically created from scratch. Then, of course, we will import our project configuration that we already exported via the way that I showed you before. Now let's skip to the configuration part. To do that, I am leaving my database. Here is my Rundeck home, and I'm stopping systemctl stop Rundeck D. So I'm stopping Rundeck application. Yes, it stopped. So what we will do, we will check our configuration file. Basically, I'm opening the notepad. So yeah, we will add those lines into our configuration file, which is rundeck -config.properties file. This is the source URL. We are using MySql connector, MySql connector driver. We are not using SSL, so it should be set to false. Our username, you can change this, you can modify it as fields, but I set up my Rundeck user as Rundeck user. This is my username, and this is my exactly the same as in the documentation of Rundeck. This is my password. So let's do the modifications. Here I will leave this line because I want that the data source on creation being updated. So it's okay, this line, but I will comment this line because this is my old Rundeck database, my flat file of H2 database, and pasting the four lines here. I will just change my server name. That's it will point to my local host. and leave it as it is. And quit. Now let's start the Rundeck application. Let's check the status. It started very quickly. Okay. Then let's remove old H2 database file, this one, so we don't have any database configured now. Let's go to our application once again, typing my old credentials, and yeah, I'm here. Actually, let's check. There is nothing inside. There is nothing inside. So yes, our database is now configured. Let's check maybe to database. Use Rundeck. Show tables. Yes, as I said before, tables are automatically created, but I don't have any job inside. I don't have any tasks here. If you remember, I had one job here, and I had maybe few jobs here. So I keep only my project folders. Rundeck's configuration is keeping your previous project folders and also your keys here. You don't need to import your keys once again, or you don't need to recreate your projects, because these are not connected to the database. They are connected to the database, but these are not managed. They are not stored in the database. I mean, your jobs or your users, your job configuration, your project configuration, sorry, is kept in database. But folders, which is giving name in your project file, are kept in Rundeck. Maybe work or var Rundeck, yes, var Rundeck projects. So under this directory, as you see here, you have your project files. For example, let's check Ansible maybe. What we have inside, we have access control list, we have under etc we have some configurations. These are kept in local file system. But in order to add this configuration in your database, you need to import your archive files. I will do it for Ansible and password test projects, and then we will check our jobs. So I'm coming in the section projects, import archive. I'm choosing my archive file, Ansible. I want to keep my UUIDs, import all. I want to import all story executions. I want to import also project configuration. I want to import also access control list. So importing is ongoing. It is done. I'm going to password test project, and I do same thing. It was on my desktop, new folders, password test project, and import. Now we import our project. When you go inside Ansible, you will see Nginx install job. This was an Ansible playbook before. Let's check once again. Yes, it is still an Ansible playbook. Let's go to another job. Under project, under password test project, we had nothing before, but now we have, after importing our project, we have hostname job. Edit this job, and this is printing hostname of the remote server. Now I will just run this test. I have this server, MariaDB server, which has following IP address, and I want to run hostname f command on this server. Changing none to MariaDB, and I want to see logout. Let's run this job now. As you see, I run it successfully. Let's run it again for log output. And yeah, and let's check from server side what I have as hostname. Hostname minus f is the same, MariaDB home.ev. So yeah, as you see, this is really an easy step for configuring, for migrating your database, H2 database in MySql. It will be more secure way to use it in production environment. So thank you for watching. Have a nice day.